Testing microphone. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. What up, guys? It's Bananaowns here, bringing you part 5 of my Skyward Sword Let's Play. My back is still hurt, so I hope these voiceovers turn out pretty decent. But anyway, let's get started. We actually get to fight! Fucking moblins, fuck you, piece of shit! Yeah. See, look. I'm still getting used to this game again, so I apologize for the bad swordsmanship. But I pick up. Oh, look at this finishing move. Oh, so badass. I just rescued this Goron here, and the first time I picked up a heart, apparently. But anyway, look at the Goron. He looks so freaking buff. I bet he lifts. No, yeah, he definitely lifts. I wonder how much he does lift, though. Probably like 300 pounds, right? He's not as buff as the Twilight Princess Gorons. I think the Twilight Princess Gorons are the equivalent of the steroids era baseball players. They're just like ape shit and probably very angry and have small balls, but this Goron, he's pretty buff. He kind of has a mohawk and a goatee / soul patch. I guess the soul patch is cool if you're a member of Backstreet Boys. Fucking AJ, am I right? I bet he has it his way. Oh, that was bad. I'm sorry. But let's see here. He explains a bit about the little sky statues, and they basically are the save points, and you can go back up to the sky using some of them on the surface, and you know, all that jazz. Just more explanation when you kind of could figure it out if you just saw one of these statues and you hit on it and it said save. It reminds me a lot of Egoraptor's sequelitis, where he's saying like these games have a bunch of pop-ups now instead of using the actual design to teach you how to play it. Like Mega Man, if you hold A, like that whole thing. Only it's like, especially Fee. Oh, she's so effing annoying, especially when your batteries are low. Jesus Christ, she won't just let it go. It's like, yes, my batteries are low. I know. I will change them later. Just leave me alone, bitch. But going back to the Egoraptor sequelitis thing, it really shows you how like games have been designed lately. Although there are exceptions. Dark Souls, I have not yet to play it, but from what I hear, it's very well designed and actually brings back a bit of challenge. It's really cheap right now for Xbox, so I'm probably going to pick it up soon. I need to get that and The Witcher 2 and Dishonored are the next on my... No, and Far Cry 3. Fuck, there's like 4 games right there. And then I want to save up money for 3DS as well. God damn it. So many good games, and I don't have as much time to play them because I'm a busy college kid. I actually record these voiceovers right after doing homework, so you know, it's my hobby. It keeps me sane with the workload and everything. Well, if he's gonna explain and we get this Farron Woods whole intro thing, it's really nice. I really love the tree. It reminds me of the Deku tree from Wind Waker. As you can tell, like I reference a lot of past Zelda games because I really love the series as a whole, and each game really stands out to me. I think the only game I haven't beaten in the whole Zelda series is Oracle of Seasons. Yeah, it's Oracle of Seasons because that's the only one I don't actually own. Like I own, let's hear it. I have the Zelda Collector's Disc, which has Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. So it has I have those 4 games, and also I got Majora's Mask for free through the Nintendo Reward Clubs when I got my Skyward Sword posters, because I managed to pass it to the next tier of status for them. So I got a free game, and I don't have a 3DS, so I was going to get the other like Game Boy game. I think it was Metroid 2: The Return of Samus, but I chose to get Majora's Mask for Virtual Console because I feel like I haven't played it yet on there, but I feel like it wouldn't be as prone to freezing as the GameCube copy is. But anyway, let's hear it. That's good. I own, all the way up to Majora's Mask. I own Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, the Minish Cap. So I own Wind Waker, Twilight Princess for both GameCube and Wii. So there's this game. What am I missing? Spirit Tracks. No, wait, I don't own Spirit Tracks. Oh, I own Phantom. I need to get Spirit Tracks as well. I own Phantom Hourglass. I own Four Swords Adventures. And I'm pretty... And Link to Pass. A Link to Pass for Game Boy Advance. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here, but I've beaten all of them except for Oracle of Seasons and Spirit Tracks because I don't own those games. So I would say I have a bit of a knowledge of the Zelda games. I've been a huge fan. I remember when I first was into Ocarina of Time, I used to go down to the Hollywood Video, and I rented Majora's Mask first, and I had no fucking idea what I was doing in that game. It is when I was 5 years old, so I remember renting it, and yet I remember I had to rent the little expansion pack for the extra RAM as well, and these are some of like my earliest well, not earliest childhood, some of my fondest childhood memories was going to the video store. That was so cool. You'd go over there and like I'd get like a Dragon Ball Z VHS or like a Pokemon VHS and rent it, and then get it. Like my parents would let me rent a video game for the week, and it was so cool to go to the video store because I would just see something like in the children's section, obviously, that would look cool, and you just get it. Like, that's kind of lost now with Netflix. Netflix is really convenient, but I feel like there's not really a sense of exploration where you just look at a box art or something and like, oh, that looks cool. Now, like when you see something on Netflix, you look at the ratings and it's like, oh, this looks really cool, and you look at the star rating and it's like a half a star, and you're like, I don't think so. But oh, the whole like video store reference. Like I remember video games, Nintendo 64, just renting video games, and that's how I fell in love with Zelda. Was I rented Majora's Mask, and then I don't think I ever rented Ocarina of Time. I don't think I ever rented it in the video store actually, in the Hollywood Video, our local Hollywood Video, because we weren't Blockbuster people. We were Hollywood Video people, and in my area, the Hollywood Video actually managed to stay open longer. So that's like some of my earliest like video game memories, because we had a NES and an SNES. They were my sister's game consoles. So before I got a Nintendo 64 when I was 5, I played with those. Basically Super Mario. We have some shitty games too. I wanna find like, I wish I could go back in time and like slap my parents for buying like Dick Tracy for the NES instead of the original NES Legend of Zelda, and some of the other great games. Instead, like we have like Dick Tracy, we have a good games. We have all the Marios, but missed out some gems there. But anyway, back to Zelda. So Zelda, I remember this is like for my 6th birthday, my mom bought me Ocarina of Time and the strategy guide for it, and from there it was basically like love at first sight with this video game series. I always thought it was really cool to play Majora's Mask, and I remember fondly when I rented it, there's a save file on there of a guy that got up to the Great Barrier, I don't want to say Great Barrier Reef, the Great Bay Temple with and he had the Zora's Mask. This is what I remember. He had the Zora's Mask where you could turn to Zora, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And my mom actually saw that I really enjoyed this game, so she looked out and bought me Ocarina of Time because she read it was a bit easier to play. So I was like 6 years old, and it was for my birthday, and I got Ocarina of Time and a strategy guide. And that whole thing led to kind of my modern personality. I for every Zelda game, I buy the guide as soon as it comes out. Except for this game, I didn't have enough money at the time, but I should buy a guide. So, like, I own Majora's Mask guide, Ocarina of Time guide, and I own, like, 2 Twilight Princess guides. I need to get a Wind Waker guide and the guide for this game just for it to look nice. But, anyway, Ocarina of Time was, like, the coolest thing ever. I remember playing, and I had the guide, which I started using the guide on the fucking water temple, of course, how stereotypical is that? But just because I couldn't figure that out, because like I was 6 and figuring out like some of these dungeons in that game are super freaking hard, and it just amazes me how at like 6 years old I was like figuring out most of that, except for the watch time. That's pretty good. But oh, it's just like from there, I fell in love with the Zelda series of video games, and then also remember I got Majora's Mask. I remember I didn't beat Majora's Mask until very recently, actually. I played up to it, got to the final boss like a bunch of times, but I didn't get all the mask, and I really wanted to play. So I I beat the game, but I just didn't 100% everything. Where last summer I beat every 3D Zelda and got 100% of them all, except for Skyward Sword, of course. It was still a little too fresh in my mind. So I went through Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, and beat all the games 100%, and it was really cool and it was really fun. I'm thinking about doing that with the 2D Zeldas next, but I'm not looking forward to doing Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, which this is going to be the hard one. But anyway, so I remember playing through Ocarina of Time, and then I got Majora's Mask as well. I still have my gold cards from my Nintendo 64, and then I remember getting a GameCube as well when I was like, oh god, like I was like 7 or 8 when the GameCube was out, and my first game was Super Smash Bros. Melee, everyone's first game. It was such a great game. But I remember this is like the kind of like the falling days of the video store, of the rental places. They used to go rent GameCube games all the time, and one day I saw Legend of Zelda and I rented Wind Waker, and of course I know like people don't like the exact like cell shading, but I don't know, I really enjoy the whole cell shading aspect. I think it looked absolutely beautiful. But of course, like it is like playing an interactive cartoon when I was like 8, and it looked so cool. And I remember renting it, and I couldn't beat it in time before I had to return it because it was 5 days. So when we returned it, I was at the boss fight with Ganon. Right, and I had to return it, and I was just like, oh god, and I feel bad for my poor mom, because I pestered her for like 3 weeks, like every week, to check Hollywood Video, because it was really popular and the game kept being rented out after I got it. And it was just like every 3 weeks it's like every day for like 3 weeks I just kept pestering her, and I feel so bad. And it was super hilarious because it worked at Christmas. I got Wind Waker for Christmas, and I started playing it again, and just I love this game. I love these series of games so much, and especially I like the 2D ones, especially the ones for Game Boy Advance, because I used to play those on car trips. So I really enjoy this video series. I know I complain sometimes about Skyward Sword, but I really do enjoy this game. It's one of the best games that came out last year, and I'm saying this from perspective. Oh, let's see. Well, not last year now. This is 2013, but 2011. Considering like I have an Xbox and I have a lot of games for my Xbox, and I love a lot of games, but this holds a special place in my heart, as cheesy as that sounds. But anyway, we're rescuing these creatures that look like hairy ball sacks, the Kikwis. I think they're called Kikwis, or I don't know if it's just one name, but they look like hairy ball sacks, and it's really funny. And I went off on a huge tangent there about video stores and Zelda. That's pretty cool. I don't know, that's like my childhood right there, and I feel really lucky because I was born in like the not mid-90s, early 90s, so I kind of grew up when that whole thing was exiting and the whole internet was becoming commonplace. So I do know what it's like to have a dial-up connection. Like I do not, like I was born and experienced that like right when it was ending. And oh, the video store, I have such like a nostalgia trip there. Just the coolest thing ever. That's like where I got my first Dragon Ball Z a DVD as well. That's when I started watching Dragon Ball Z. But anyway, that's a story for another time about Dragon Ball Z. The new movie comes out in Japan, like, in March, so looking forward to that. But anyway, that's enough about Dragon Ball Z. Let's get back to Zelda here. So, use your dowsing ability to find these Kikwis, and it's really easy. I remember the first time I played this, it took me forever, because I didn't use dowsing. I wasn't really familiar with it. I just skipped over all the text, which is really stupid considering how I say how this game holds your hand, and I just skipped it and required a lot of more help afterwards. But I persevered, and then right here, like, this is a little interesting puzzle because this Kikwi doesn't stop until you cut all the grass down because it has its hiding place. So For this game, I just love this game so much. It's like, oh, look, he has like a mustache. That's absolutely hilarious. It's if like your hairy ball sack had a mustache on it. That's absolutely hilarious. These freaking Kikwis. Freaking nature, you scary. Nature, you scary indeed. But swordplay. Look, I just fucked up these people. I like the finishing blow. That was one of the coolest things about Twilight Princess when they added all those like sword techniques, and I'm really glad they kept it for at least one of them for this game, because like it really makes you feel like you're a swordsman in this game. The controls are pretty great. Every now and then I have to recalibrate their mode because like it f's up or something. For the most part, they're really good, really good. I really enjoy them. But anyway, this is one of the main 3 surface areas, and there's pretty much like another. There's more hidden areas in each one, but this is pretty much like the basis of this area, and you can explore most of it. But in typical Zelda fashion, there's items that you use in almost Metroid fashion, where you get like heart pieces, find more heart pieces when you get more items and stuff. But I don't know, these areas are not, they're not like a Hyrule Field exploration status, but they're kind of linear in respect, and they're a little small, but yeah, they're pretty good. They're well designed enough for me to look over that shortcoming. So let's find this last Kikwi here, use my dowsing ability, and fuck shit up, am I right? Oh, this is... that Deku Baba is like the most inconvenient spot ever. And I see this bird. I've had trouble killing birds because I don't have a projectile weapon yet. Although you could consider the Skyward Strike to be a pretty decent projectile. And ignore my failings here. I was trying to see if I could get this Goddess Cube from this far away. But it was really silly of me because I just forgot I couldn't get it. Anyway, well, back to finding Kikwi. So I know it's up here, and I saw that little tightrope. So they'll be backtracking a little bit to get to that tightrope area. It's where the Kikwi Elder is. And I keep forgetting that I hit that rope right down. So I ended up going all the way around and just wasting time. But whatever. Whatever. Watch Link run. He can use the exercise. He's a young man. He can handle it. So, I didn't talk about that Kikwi Elder earlier, and he looks absolutely hilarious as the hairy ball sack, as everyone probably likes to call them. But see, look! Oh my God, he's so gigantic. I bet he's really popular with the ladies, because the ladies love balls. Am I right? And I'm really happy I see this fairy and grab it here, because this fairy saves my life. In a future video, I'm pretty sure it will. Thank you, fairy. Good guy fairies, man. To be honest, in every Zelda game, good guy fairies. Sees you die, basically revives you. Link's like Jesus in this game. He's like James Bond. He's like, what's your favorite hobby? Resurrection. Skyfall reference right there if you didn't get it. Spoiler alert, by the way. And I fall. That was really embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys. So I run all the way back, again, wasting even more time as you all laugh at my failings. Go ahead. I'll give a pause right here for you to laugh. Okay, good enough. And as you can see, my platforming in this game, I'm still getting used to it. It's been a while since I played. I'd say since I played the GameCube version of Twilight Princess instead of playing the Wii version, and it's kind of been a while since I've been controlling with the Wiimote and the nunchuck. I don't play my Wii as much, well, as I play my Xbox, because I feel like the Wii has some absolutely great first-party titles, but it's really lacking in third-party games, and I feel that that really does limit perspective. Because anything put out by Nintendo is probably going to be good, but it really limits the pool. Like, I own both Super Mario Galaxy, Super Smash Brothers, both Zeldas, Metroid, and I don't own Mad World, but I play Mad World and I really enjoyed it. It's a really good game, really gory, and it really brings like back the idea that Nintendo's like the console isn't just for like kids. Kind of breaks that stereotype, which I'm really happy. It's a fresh breath of air. Oh, these fucking moblins, am I right, guys? Like, they got some upgrades here with their giant meat cleavers. They actually can use swordsmanship. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy using the Skyward strikes. As you see, I kind of just ignore finishing off that moblin there so I can pick up these little crafts. These little crafting objects. So these crafting objects are used to upgrade equipment, which, again, in my first playthrough, I didn't really upgrade them too much. I think what you do is you buy I think it's called the hero or the goddess shield. The goddess shield, which regenerates because if you notice, there's a bar that your shield has a health bar. And what you do is you save up for that shield because it repairs itself over time, and you upgrade that. Because you don't have a chance to get the Hylian shield until like later on in the game, where a NPC, I'm not gonna spoil it right now. I'll wait till I get there. But a certain NPC allows you to replay boss battles in time, and if you do 10 boss battles in a row, I believe, you get the Hylian shield, which can never break, and it looks badass because it's, well, Link's signature shield. And that I will do in my Let's Play. I will do videos of that boss rush mode. I plan on it, and it's probably one of my favorite additions. I love modes like that in video games because it just extra. When you add extra stuff to do that has like an actual fail, by the way, I'm sorry. Okay, when you add extra stuff to do in video games that has a tangible reward where it actually serves a purpose, I absolutely love that. Because it gives you purpose. It's not like, see, like in a game like, let's say Grand Theft Auto 4, when you discover all the pigeons, you get the Annihilator helicopter, but by the time you collect all the pigeons, it's not really worth it. Whereas in this game, you get a cool shield that's indestructible, and it looks nice and has a bit of history, so it kind of makes the boss rush mode. The boss rush, man, that's really difficult to say, actually. The boss rush mode is really fun to do. It doesn't take that much time, and its reward is worthwhile. So games that have extra content where they give you a reward for completing all of the side quests and such, even if it's just like Diablo-esque where you just get loot and experience, or like Borderlands where I do every quest I can to get experience and specialized loot, and it serves reward. And I feel like that in this game, I rag on it's being too easy to find the extra items, but the extra items serve a purpose in this game, and I really enjoy that. Like the Goddess Cubes send up chests where you give you money or extra things like heart pieces, especially. And it that's the thing I love about Zelda games is that when you do extra stuff, they actually reward you. Like Post Souls and Twilight Princess, you get infinite money. You get another jar. Let's see here. The Skulltulas and Ocarina of Time. You get a bunch of stuff. You get heart piece, extra wallets, even even the Skulltulas in Majora's Mask, where you get the Mask of Truth and a giant wallet as well. The point being is that games with extra content like this need to make it worthwhile, and games that do make it worthwhile for you to do this extra content really, I don't know, they really shine in my opinion, because if you're gonna pack a game full of substance, you need to provide some incentive for someone to play the extra game, especially in a day and age where a lot of games are being released with like 10-hour campaigns, and when you get a game with like 30 hours or like, that's like non-RPG that has a bit of meat to it, like this game, I'd say Zelda games aren't RPGs. I'd say they're action adventures, but they have meat on them, and I really enjoy it because they actually take time to beat. And in this day and age, especially, see, when I'm spending like $50, $60 a game, I really want some kind of substance. Like, I want it to last a decent amount of time. So, games that really make the side quest like non-superfluous, where they actually serve a purpose, and it's actually there, and it's actually fun to play. I just really enjoy it. Well, anyway, this part's gonna end right now, and I'll see you next time, guys. We're gonna be traveling to the first temple, and we're gonna stop right before it, but see you next time.